What up, though? Welcome to the Airbit FreeGame podcast. Got the big homie Willpower. What's up, homeboy?
What it do, man? What it do?
This episode today, man, is like some practical gold, man.
I
you know
love
what I'm saying?
Man.
Like it's something that no matter where you are in your production career, you can aspire to this. This is actual attainable stuff. This is real everyday people attainable stuff.
Yeah, I'm loving it, man. The show is starting to grow into this thing where like you might not necessarily know the face of these producers or maybe not even know their names right now, but there's so many people that are like successfully active out here. And we got to kick it with, Tone Jonez on this one, man. So
South Carolina's, I don't want to give it away, but South Carolina.
Yeah, we found out he from the K, you know what I'm talking about. But it's just dope, man. Like it got interesting, man, to kind of see, what he's been doing. And like it won't be long before everybody knows him. But at this point, it's just really sick to know that there's a really successful guy out here, man, that like it's kind of unknown.
Right.
And so shout out to Airbit and the Free Game podcast, man, because we trying to put some shine on these folk. You know what I'm talking about? Talking about.
Now, before we get into this episode, man, you posed an interesting question off camera that I want to pose to our general audience.
Yeah.
See if we can maybe get educated on this.
Yeah.
But like we're talking about when producers produce a record, where they resample an old record.
Yeah,
that might have been sampled.
Yeah, okay. So to go into even more detail, we over here chopping up about Game's album. Which,
Born to Rap.
Yeah, I hadn't had a chance to listen to it, but but what I did hear, I noticed that there was a Primo record on there, like a Primo beat, and DJ Premier. So basically, it was the same beat. Like the whole thing was just the same beat, and so I was just wondering, do they repay the producer in those instances, or is it just a sample clearance type of situation? Because when we get our fees, it's for the it's a royalty against the.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So like if it for instance, when he called DJ Premier, was it like, yo, what's up, man? How much you gonna charge me to use this beat? Does he run his fee again, or does he have to or did he even have to call him? Because that record now probably belongs to whatever label, I forget who.
Payday Records, I think.
Yeah, whoever's label it was, it probably belongs to them anyway as far as a licensing situation is concerned. So, like, is it sample clearance?
Right.
This is kind of crazy. I feel like in my world, I would want them to have to, to do it unless we like got a relationship or something like that, I guess. But
I'm thinking a layer even deeper. What about when there's a producer involved that actually might have added his own programming in there that sounds real similar to what Primo did?
Yeah, now those guys I'm pretty sure get paid. Like, cause that's like, you're hiring a producer to produce a record at that point. But you know what I mean? I didn't listen closely enough to know if anything's been changed. But like it was not like for instance, Puffy was notorious for that during his heyday as a producer. He was remaking a whole bunch of old records. But we know he was sampled, but we also know them dudes was replaying them records.
Yeah, and adding 90s drums, 90 drum claps or 90 snares to those. So technically, it's a new composition that was sampled off something.
Well, I'm pretty sure those guys got paid because that was considered production at that time. But I was just wondering because one of the question I raised was why did Game use so many redo so many beats on this album?
Those are all produced though. I've read all the credits. Shout out to Tech Beats, friend of the show.
Yeah,
Tech is on I think 7 or 8 of those records. Man,
shout out to Tech. That's dope, man.
But I knew all those records were reproduced.
Yeah.
Because I went through all the credits. I'm a nerd.
Well, that probably pretty much answers the question. But I just look at it like that because it's always interesting that being that, especially in the era that we're from, you know what I'm saying? It's like the producer it's essential in hip hop that a producer made their beats. And when they do, there's usually a fee and there's other things.
I wonder how the publishing works for that though, in terms of like, if you are the producer producing a record, if you're sampling a record that was sampled, is there any publishing left for you at that point?
It all depends on the people, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we were getting ready to do this record for Sky Morales this week, and there's a line in the record, man. It's obviously just a
play off something.
Yeah, it's a rewrite of like a Genuine song.
Okay.
And so I called up Deborah Manis, on it, and she just kept it 100. She was like, it's gonna be no less than $1,000 just to get.
Yikes.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just on some homie. So you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, well, we just not hot enough yet for me to try to put 3-4 bands into a record,
right?
Just to be able to re-sing it, because we wasn't even sampling it. This was still an interpolation. We wasn't even gonna like sample the record.
Mm-hmm.
However, you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. I think I got off track there. Whatever I was talking about, but
no, we're talking about if there's anything left when you
that was what it was. And so so that's the reason why I didn't do it, because I'm like, well, we can't pay that, you know what I'm saying, and not have ownership in the record. It's just like it was too much to deal with over something that we just want to put out,
right?
Because it was a great vibe in the studio,
right?
So Now you gotta be careful with that, because you remember I always use that story that I did when I sampled that Billy Joel record, and like they took the whole record, like they didn't care what we thought. They was like, nah, we need all that 100.
That's crazy.
And we liked the song so much, we was just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the label still made like mechanical money off of it, but the publishing was gone. It was a wrap for that.
Free game, man.
Yep.
Well, speaking of good vibes, man, Tone Jonez on the show, man. We're going to go ahead and get into that right now.
There it is.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Gang.
What up, though? Welcome to the Airbit Free Game Producer Podcast. My name is Andre. I'm sitting here in the Bandwidth Studios, you know what I'm saying, in Atlanta, Georgia. And I got the big homie with me, the super producer, the multi-platinum producer, Willpower in the building. What up, homie?
What it do?
Man, it's a blessing to be here, man. We got a dope guest in studio, you know what I'm saying? We started rocking with Airbit a few months ago.
Yeah.
And immediately we discovered this dope-ass producer named Tone Jonez.
Yeah.
Right away. I think that was our first beat break, I believe.
Yeah, man.
We had to get him on the show, man. He's a dope producer, man. We're going to hear about his story in a second, man. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. Honored to be here.
Yeah, welcome, bro. Welcome, man.
Yeah, we I had to find some beat breaks, right, for our podcast, and I was going through the producers on there, and your joints kept sticking out like a sore thumb. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dope producers on Airbit, by the way, but your joint was just fire, man. And we had to just get you on the show, man, and find out. You got a good journey, a good story, man. So
definitely,
you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, man.
But like Bryan need to get an award for these intros, but he be going off on this.
I know. I be feeling some type of way right now.
No, it's true, man. I was telling you about that though earlier when I first got here, man. So where you from?
I'm from South Carolina originally. Yeah.
I know Willpower like
I'm
that.
already with it, dog. Yeah.
Are you Gamecocks or Clemson?
Man, that's the crazy thing. I'm not really into sports, so when these conversations come up, I kind of just sit there and be like, I don't know, man.
It's okay. Let's go.
So what were your influences, man? Like musically, I think you started playing in church, right? When you were young, right? So,
right.
Well, was your musical influence a lot of gospel? What all did you listen to growing up?
A whole lot of gospel. Like my parents didn't really let me listen to a lot of hip hop at all. Yeah. Like I didn't even know when Biggie and Tupac died. Wow. So that's how you know I wasn't really listening to hip hop. So
okay.
It was more so gospel. And then when I got older, my homeboy put me on the hip hop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like Fred Hammond.
Oh yeah.
Kurt Franklin. Yeah. You know, most gospel artists you can think of, because I was pretty much on that. Then when I got into hip hop, it was Just Blaze and Timbaland and like all those guys, man. They really inspired me to do what I do.
That's dope. It's crazy though, because like when I listen to your beats, they're so authentically hip hop. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like the drum patterns, the dragging your drum. It's like that doesn't seem like it would come from somebody that didn't grow up listening to hip hop. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like how did you make the transition into like as you started listening to it, was it just a love thing, and then it was like, how are they doing this, or like is this just your natural feel?
It was kind of like I don't know. It's just, I kind of heard a little bit of hip hop and I liked it.
Yeah.
And then my homeboy named Chris, he used to put me onto a lot. He put me on the Jay-Z and all of that, man. I heard Song Cry and I was like in love, man.
Yeah.
I was in love.
One of my favorites right there.
Yeah, I was in love. So then I just started kind of researching the producers and just listening to what people was doing. And I used to do a lot of like trying to remake their beat to see how they did it. And
smart.
You know, that's how I got a lot of skills from that. And I just combined that with the gospel stuff and just merged it together.
Oh, that's
so
crazy.
It's like a marriage of all those different worlds.
What do you have a key instrument that you play?
My main instrument would be piano.
Piano.
Yeah. And then I play like a little bit of drums. I play saxophone, a little bit of guitar, enough to produce with, but I ain't about to be in no band or nothing.
Yeah, like I noticed, because I follow your page and stuff, so I noticed sometimes you got like You like to use pedals. You like to create, like, is that part of, we'll get into what you do with that kind of stuff, but obviously, like, instrumentation is a big part of what you're doing. So that's crazy to me. So, like, being in South Carolina, you know, because I'm from there as well, and I knew that, so what I got from South Carolina was it was always a lot of really talented people there, but it wasn't really an industry for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really no mentors to talk to. There wasn't even a whole lot of, like, major recording studios. It might have been one or two in Columbia. And if it was in Columbia, then that means where you were from,
it's
like,
a little drive.
That's a drive. So, you know, I didn't even expect much to be going on, like, down in that area. How did you, like, connect once you got put onto it? Like, was it just like a love for the music in the headphones type of vibe?
Yeah.
Or what was it?
Well, to be honest with you, I really never connected to the scene down there. Like, I was kind of always, like, just in my room, just doing what I do. And I mostly did music with my friends.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really connect with a whole lot of outside music people until I moved to Atlanta.
Yeah.
What was the first pieces of equipment you were using in your room?
Yamaha PSR 520.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was the first keyboard that I ever got, and my daddy played on it for like 5 hours before I ever got to touch it.
Yeah.
I started on that in the tape deck, man. Like, that was
crazy.
it.
So Pops was a musician as well?
Yeah. So he
crazy.
taught me, like, it's crazy. Like, I started playing literally by watching a commercial on TV. Like, they said I was looking at a commercial, I had a little toy keyboard, and they told me I just started playing the jingle that was on TV.
Wow.
And so then my
3 years old, right?
At 3 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then my father, he started kind of nurturing that gift and taking it to the next level. He put me in the upstairs, and he made me play a little pattern, and it'll be at a certain tempo. I do that for like 10 minutes. He'd come back and increase it like 5 BPMs and be like, keep playing. And it'd make me mad, but I'm thankful for that now. You know?
Wow. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I'm interested in that, you know, because I have a son and I want to get him into music, you know, but I don't want to force it. Yeah. But I always listen when people, you know, talk about creative ways to get their kids involved with stuff. Yeah. I think that's dope, man. So shout out to Pops on that.
Like a LeVar Ball of music with your kids. Right?
Yeah, like so is family like supportive of what you're doing now? Like yeah, because I mean, you know, that's another thing that I learned over time. You know, at first my folks was like, nah, bro, get a job, figure this out. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? But obviously, you know what I'm saying, over years, it just stick to itness. You turn it into something. So that's really what I want to talk about with you is like, how did you do that? You know what I mean? At what point did you find a way to start making money with music outside of just being like a gigging musician? That's
such a long loaded.
I'm ready.
I don't even know where to start, man. Like
you sang and rapped first, right?
Yeah, rap and I sing a little bit too. I don't like to regard myself as a singer, but I do.
Okay.
Do it, yeah.
Were you making beats for yourself? Were you making beats for other people?
When I first started?
Yeah.
When I first started, it was just me making beats in my cousin's house, just, you know, for myself, or making beats in my room for myself.
When did you take it serious? Like, you know, I could do this like a career kind of thing.
Career? Well, we started this little Christian hip hop group, and, you know, I guess I was the one that was kind of trying to push it. I was like a little more motivated than a lot of other people.
Right.
But like we was doing that, and, you know, I was trying to get us shows and stuff like that. And I just started to realize, man, like I could do this myself.
Right.
And I don't know, man. I just knew it had to be another way. I had a job being a bill collector, and like I was like, yo, it's got to be another way to live.
Right.
And so I just started searching, man. I started trying to sell beats on SoundClick way back in 2005.
SoundClick.
And I didn't know what I was doing, and my craft wasn't really there either. So it ain't go nowhere. But I was putting up flyers in the laundromat. I don't know why. I had a flyer on my car, like I had a little 94 Taurus with some plastic rims on it, riding around with it.
Hey, listen, man, that's the hustle, bro.
I was trying, man, but I ain't really get nowhere with it, and just I don't know. I lost motivation for a minute, and I saw everybody else. They went to college, and, you know, they getting them a job, and, you know, I'm sitting in my mama's house. I ain't had no job no more, because I went for it, and I failed, and I was like, oh man. But yeah, after that, I started being a bill collector, and I knew that wasn't life. And then my brother-in-law got me out here, man, and I just been grinding ever since. You know?
Yeah, that's dope. So when you got to the A, did you go to like beat battles? Like, what happened to get you like motivated again to go back into doing music?
Well, pretty much what it was is before I even moved out here and I was doing the collections or whatever, my brother-in-law, he would have us come out to these battles. Like we was going to the producer swap meet.
Yeah.
And I had never seen
Shout out to
like
Fort Knox in there. Yeah.
I had never seen nothing like that before. My eyes was open wide up. And just being in Atlanta, it seemed like people were more receptive to entrepreneurship and things, whereas back home it was kind of like work at a factory till you die type of mentality.
Right.
So it was like a whole new world.
Yeah.
So, by the time I moved out here, we was going to beat battles. We was just going to all these different networking events and, all that type of stuff, man. And it really got me wanting to do this for real. Yeah.
Atlanta's dope for that, man. Like, we always talk about it on the show about it being a great city for like entrepreneurs and people like that. But like we especially pay attention to the fact that like it's a, predominantly black city. Yeah. And so when black entrepreneurs come here, like I'm so hopeful for them, and the city actually like works for that. Yeah. It's like, there's so many things that, that invite young entrepreneurs into it. And then it's like, it's like you said, I've seen people come, like you wouldn't realize it, but like where you're from is like roughly 3 hours from Atlanta. And in that 3 hour span of driving, like there's a whole nother world of things going on that could potentially change your life. And that's why I love Atlanta. I tell all my homies from back home, I'm like, you're doing great at home. I love it. I'm glad you're learning it, bro. But if you don't get on that highway, like you got to do it, man. Like even if it's once a month, you got to start coming. Just come down here, meet people, go places, because that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And so Fort Knox and them guys, man, they've been changing lives for a long time, bro. Like honestly, man, like you would think because because a lot of people want a prize or they want some instant type of gratification, but sometimes you just need motivation.
Right.
See it.
And Atlanta's great for providing that for people, man. So that's really dope. That's super dope to me.
So you're going to the swap meets, you're going to the different events. When did you start trying to sell your beats to people?
Well, it was kind of a lot that happened between. Okay. Well, we did try to sell beats by, just like some of the like local artists and different things like that. And then we had got signed to this small label situation. Okay. We tried to do it that way as well, but we wasn't never like eating or nothing like that.
Did you get any like local placements or?
Well, I don't know what happened with the music with the particular label we was on. To be honest with you, I don't know. All I know is we sold them like 6 beats, and they gave us like a Digi 003 and Pro Tools, and that was it.
That's it. Set you up to work.
Yeah.
He was like, thanks. Yeah. Good luck. That was crazy.
Pretty much it.
Hey, man, that's something else, too, to think about. A lot of people out here trying to get bread. Sometimes you got to do those barters, man. If you can catch a guitar, you can catch a piece of equipment off of it, anything like that, I always suggest doing that, especially when you just getting started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A good microphone, things like that. Those kinds of, without that, you can't keep it moving.
Right. Okay, cool. That's what's up, man. So you tell us about all the steps. So you had all these different steps in the journey. We want to hear about, how you navigated through that.
Right.
Okay, so let me try to break this down to where we're not here for 3 days.
No, we good. Let's go.
So, like I told y'all, I was in South Carolina. I was a bill collector. My brother-in-law was nagging me to come out here.
Yeah.
But I'm set up here. I'm the church musician. Yeah. Everybody depending on me. I'm at the practices. I'm doing everything. So it's like me saying I'm gonna move is gonna really ruffle some feathers.
Yeah.
And but he kept getting on me, and then the job was horrible. And I was like, man, I'm gonna have to make this move. It's like it felt like everybody in the world was against me when I made this move.
Yeah.
Like my parents definitely wasn't for it.
Yeah, they went with it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I made the move. I came out here, like I remember, I'll never forget, I met him at Quiznos in Kennesaw.
Yeah.
With my stuff in my car, man, and he took me to the apartment, and he let me stay with him and his wife until I got on my feet. But it's weird, like my whole mindset, I was gonna come out here to Atlanta and I want to do music, but I was trying to get into some girls and stuff too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
I was kind of sheltered,
right?
Yeah. But God was like, nah, bro, because like literally, I came here in October.
Yeah.
and by March I was married.
Wow.
Okay. Straight like that.
Yo, that's what's up.
It's crazy. Like everything just started happening from there. But yeah, basically I came out here in October. We did all the beat battles, all that type of stuff. And then I started talking to my brother-in-law's sister.
Yeah.
You know, and I wasn't intending for it to be like that.
So he wasn't your brother-in-law, and he was a homie back then.
Yeah, just my bro, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And they set us up, sent us to Walmart to get some stuff that we really ain't need. And then I don't know why. I just, you know, I just got a number to make sure she got home okay.
FreeGame.
Just kept going from there, man. And then I remember I was nervous about it because I remember when I was going to tell him that I was going to marry her, I was nervous that, you know, I didn't know how he was going to feel about it.
Get out my house, man. Scarface, Tony Montana type stuff.
That joke was crazy, man.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm thinking about marrying your sister, yo. He's like, man, you should do that, man. Y'all be perfect for each other.
There it is. He knew that from the go.
Right.
He was like,
For sure.
that's dope.
We was like literally in the same apartment complex. So when we got married, all I did was take my stuff and move like down to the next apartment.
That's dope.
So did that stability play a role in like you know navigating forward, moving forward?
Man, more of a role than I could ever say, because like I had a bunch of times where I was kind of doubt myself. Yeah, you know, especially with feeling like a lot of people was against me. She'd always encourage me. I was a route driver for this company at the time, and I was on the road and traffic all the time, dealing with all that, and you just think a lot when you're route driving. Ain't nothing else to do but think when you're driving. Yeah. And I'll be down, I'll be texting her, calling her. I shouldn't be texting and driving, but yeah. But yeah, man, she really encouraged me, and like she was the backbone that pushed me into all the things that I went to from that point, because I ain't have nothing. Right. And she saw it in me to marry me, and I really ain't have nothing to offer at the time.
Yeah, for sure.
That's FreeGame. We had Audio Anthem on the show, and he talked about the role his wife played. That's why I asked you the question. Yeah. He's talking about the role that his wife played and like really propelling him forward in his journey. So
focus as well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a reoccurring topic, man. You know what I'm saying? It's an ongoing joke with musicians though. It's like, what do you call a musician without a girlfriend? Homeless. Face ass boy. Hey man, look, it is what it is, man. But nah, man, shout out to all the women and the people that support, us. Like, cause I do know that music is tough, man. It's a roller coaster, emotional, financially. It's a lot of things. So it takes a special person, man, to even want to deal with somebody in our field. But there's a lot of perks that comes with it once we get it going. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So let's continue talking. I'm really interested. Okay. This is dope, man. Yeah, that's crazy.
So basically, we got married, and we were still staying with my in-laws, and this was in 2009. We got married. I had to think about it for a minute. Don't be mad at me, wife. Yeah. We got married in 2009, and like I'll tell you, everything was going fast. Like I ain't wasting no time. I put one in the oven. Yeah. So 2010, my daughter. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Life started happening. Here it goes.
Started happening. We kind of got discouraged musically because we got out here, and you know how it is when you get into these situations, contracts happen, people say they're going to do stuff, they don't do it. Y'all know how it is. So we got discouraged. We got rid of our studio and everything, and I was kind of just making beats on the balcony at my mother and father-in-law's apartment. Like, that's what I did. Right. And I was doing route driving. And it basically got so bad to the point that I was having to borrow money to work for gas. Mm. So I was like, okay, something got to shake. And, wifey was trying to get me to get all these jobs. And, in my heart, I wanted to do music. I was like, I'm going to try this one more time. If it don't work, then, I'm just going to do what I got to do. And, at first I just started putting some beats on SoundCloud. Mm. And, I got heavy into the Christian hip hop scene. Yeah. And like people just would listen to my beats, and somebody was like, "Yo, how much to buy that?" Right. And I was like,
"You like, oh wait, you trying to buy this beat?
Trying to buy this?" And so I just started selling beats off SoundCloud. Dope. And I was doing that. I ain't even had no website at the time, and I was doing that so much that I was able to like make more than I was making on my job. So then I was like, "Man, I need to go for this for real," but. I'm like, dang, I got to break this down so, wifey can understand what I'm trying to do. I actually sat down and created a whole, like, synopsis, like, with details of what I'm trying to do and everything and presented it to her. And, like, she was in agreement.
You need to put that in a book.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sell that to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, you got to explain, women like to know, like, what you can't just be, like, randomly doing stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I had to give her something concrete to let her see, okay, this is what I'm going to do,
Yeah.
And, from there, I'm trying to condense the story.
Nah, it's cool, man.
But, yeah, from there, man, I went full-time. I was selling beats off SoundCloud. I even put a little website together. I was doing that. And the thing is, I knew about music, but it was a lot I had to learn about business. So, it's like a crazy way I used to do it. Like, I would put a snippet up on SoundCloud. I would never finish the beat. I'd have, like, the beat all the way up until the second chorus maybe finished, and then it'd fade off.
Yeah.
And then if people want to buy it, they hit me up, and then I'll finish it.
Yeah.
But that's cool at first. But when the demand starts, things start falling behind.
Right.
Then I started getting pegged as being unreliable because I couldn't, render off everything fast enough or finish everything fast enough. So, throughout that time, we had ended up getting our own apartment or whatever. But, because of things I didn't understand about business, we got kicked out of it.
Yeah.
Had to move back in with mother and father-in-law. So I had to go back to the table, and I was like, dang, I don't even know. I started feeling like I wasn't even a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because my father-in-law having to come over and bring us food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, maybe I'm not supposed to do it this way or whatever. But at any rate, we moved back in. I just went back to ground zero.
Yeah.
And, started trying again. This was 2012. And then that's when I got on Airbit. Started using Airbit February of 2012.
Wow.
Before everything was like somebody buy something, I got to finish it. I got to bust down the files. I got to send the files. But,
okay, so now I see how this is tying together, which is fire, dog. So essentially, Airbit provided you a platform to handle all of the business.
Yes.
It kind of set you up to be able to make this easy. Like, so you were able to just be creative.
Right.
And then, okay, keep going. This is dope. This is dope.
So, yeah, man, like, I hadn't even never leased beats before at that time either. It was all, like, exclusives. But, I was struggling. So, I was $50 exclusive, $25 exclusive. Like, I was trying to, do what I had to do.
Right.
But, yeah, man, when I started, putting everything in the system, and I remember when I first launched that joint, man, like, my customers was so happy to be able to just buy these stuff and download it right away, man. I made a few $1,000s that month. Yeah. And I hadn't did that well before, so I was like, I need to keep going.
Yeah. So, all right. So, what I've experienced in, those types of platforms is, so at first you go, it's hot for a few minutes, and then it starts to, if you're not on point with it, it can easily like taper off, and next thing you know, it ain't doing nothing.
That's true.
So what are you doing to keep your hype up? You know what I'm saying? Keep people interested. Do you do like a lot of content? Because I already know what the answer is, but I want you to share this with everybody, because I've been watching and I'm going, bro, it's like just on fire with this stuff. But go ahead and talk about that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it boils down to doing a whole lot of content, making sure you're sending out emails on your email list. Not spam, but like,
legit emails.
Legit emails.
That service your people.
Service, yeah. And kind of just I'm not on social media a lot because I don't have time.
Yeah.
But like when I am on there, I do try to, shoot a couple of likes, a couple of comments, different things of that nature. But yeah, it's basically keeping people fed, you know, and that's difficult.
Yeah.
But throughout time, I've learned how to do that. Like initially, even in 2012, when I first started on Airbit, like I was doing everything. Like I was doing everything trying to keep this thing going. Like I was, I was doing the videos. I was doing all kinds of crazy little sales and, private sales from my email list. And I guess it just takes that, man. Like, and it's crazy. People would see me, people that follow me then and follow me now, they didn't see a lot of stuff that was going on behind the scenes. But 2012, man, it was times when I was like in the studio eating ramen noodles, you know what I'm saying? Sleeping on the couch.
Right.
There for a whole week with no shower, working.
Right.
That's
crazy.
What I'm saying?
That's great. I want to hear about that, and I also want to hear some of your highs and lows. We got to take a quick break, though, and we'll be right back and hear the rest of that story.
That's what it is.
What's up? FreeGame Podcast, Airbit.
Hey.
This week's Beat Break is brought to you by Airbit producer Tone Jonez. Airbit producer Tone Jonez. Check him out on airbit.com. The title of this beat is called Smooth Criminal. Free Game Podcast. Beat Break. Yeah. Welcome back to the Airbit Free Game Podcast. We got Tone Jonez here, man, and you was just talking about, man, you know, some of the struggles, you know what I'm saying, you were going through early on, man. So you can just kind of tell us, you know, some of the times when, you know, it felt like it wasn't going to work, but you kind of persevered through there.
Yeah, man, I spent a lot of time. We had this little studio in Marietta. Well, it was like a little house, but they had converted into like multiple studios. And
who is we, by the way?
Oh, me and my brother B Dunn.
Okay.
B Dunn Music. Check him out on Instagram at The Real B Dunn.
Yeah, that's dope. Certainly.
Yeah, man. Like, that's my brother-in-law. That's my brother. Like, you know, everything.
Yeah.
Like, he helped me a lot.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
y'all actually got a spot, studio.
Well, we did then. We
Okay.
don't now. We want to do that again, you know, eventually.
But at the time, y'all got a studio. Okay.
We had a studio at the time, and I was just in there grinding away, man. And like I said, I was doing the ramen noodle thing, and I was in there working. I ain't had no shower.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a shower there.
Yeah.
But it was
sketchy.
Yeah. Like, I did not like using that bathroom, bro. Yeah. So I was in there grinding away, man, and you know, they had an issue with like roaches.
Yeah.
And like ants, so
Yeah.
I'll be sleep on the couch, and then I get bit by an ant, so I wake up and have a roach on my face.
Come on, man.
It was crazy. But everybody online thinking, you know,
It's all good.
Tone Jonez.
I was struggling, man.
Yo.
Like I'd take breaks and go to Wendy's and get me a little, it was like
the
some
dollar meal,
the dollar meal,
yes,
the little
sir.
chicken sandwich, man. I had that with some ramen noodles and some faucet water.
Come on, man. Run it.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I basically used to just spend a lot of time just trying to create ideas, and I would get discouraged.
Yeah.
I would, and you know, I'd talk to my wife about it, and she definitely pushed me. My father-in-law is a huge part, man. Like, he's a prophet.
Really?
And, like, he's the first prophet that I ever like knew.
Yeah.
That like that drink was like legit.
Yeah.
Like, he told me I was gonna move here and get married and have multiple bank accounts and all this stuff before I ever came. He told me this when I was living in South Carolina.
Shout out to the homie.
So I was like, you know, when he first told me that, you know how it is, your mind, it's like, man, I don't know about that. But I know he ain't lying because I know him. I'm like, how in the world is this going to happen? But, you know, everything happened. I got up there. The part is, you know, the part about prophecy is, yeah, that's the good part, but there's a lot of other stuff that come with it.
You got to get to it.
I ain't know about the roaches on my face, but
That's
I thank God for it, though.
That's right, man. That's right.
Man.
Yeah, no, those hard times were put there, man, to try to throw you off of what you was doing, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, I just learned a long time ago, man, that the grind is just part of it, man. I love it. Yeah. I just met a guy a few days ago that I'm working with, man, and he gave me a mantra, man, that I think I'm gonna keep, man. He said, I've never had a bad day in my life.
Wow.
He just really means it too. You know what I'm saying? And I think that when you look at it like that, it changes it, man. It's like, yeah, you know, it did hurt, but it's still what it ended up being made it worth it. You know what I'm saying? And so many people are falling short because they don't want to deal with that part. Like, I know people who would quit over a roach. It's be a rap for a roach, bro. Like, you feel me? Like,
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? But like, this is a testament. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, we're going to get into like how it is now.
Yeah.
You know, because I want people to understand the difference between what it was and what it is. You know what I'm saying? So how long? So you've been on Airbit since 2012?
2012 is when I got on. Yeah.
All right, it's 2019. What's it like now?
Man, it's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, 2012, I kind of struggled. I had my ups and downs. 2013, things got a lot better. And then 2014, that's when I started using SoundClick. And my issue was never the music. I just didn't have the audience to get me behind like a 5-figure income.
Yeah.
And like when I got on SoundClick, man, it's like the floodgates of heaven opened up, man. That year I made my first 6 figures in 2014, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it's just been an increase ever since then,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, well, that's dope. So does your fans translate? Like, so you on SoundClick, then you go to Airbit. Like, do they follow you, or do you have like a way of making sure they know where you are when you make these types of transitions?
Well, it was the email list at the time. I still had my email list. Even I think 2012 was when I first got like a real email thing. Before that, I think I don't know what I was doing. I was using some kind of low budget email. I don't know what I was doing. But I use Aweber. You know, they got, things like MailChimp, things like that. So I was using Aweber. So that's how everybody stayed in contact. Yeah. And, I had my own website and everything too. So I'm in multiple places, but the main place is my website.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope. That's really dope.
That's smart.
Yeah, that's crazy. So to go from absolutely nothing to turning into 6 figures, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
And so your method is just content, make beats, be professional. Yeah. It's like really that simple. It's nothing magical. Like everybody's looking for the
secret.
They looking for a secret. Ain't no secret in it, bro. It's work.
Yeah.
That's really dope. Now you do gotta be dope now. Like don't get it twisted, y'all. Y'all can be working out here all you want, man. You can't have trash beats, man. Trust. You know.
People be saying that, they be like, "Oh, it's easy for you." It's like, no, just because I have talent don't mean that I'm relying 100%. I know I got to work twice as hard.
You got to work twice as hard. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you, man. Like I got a lot of people I listen to, man. You definitely one of them, bro. Like your beats are crazy, bro. They really are. And what I like about them is that there's that no safe zone. You know, everybody got a safe space. You don't have one. It's kind of like you really cold on the music side. You really cold on the drums. And like your arrangements are crazy. You understand drops. You understand transitions. You know, I haven't heard a lot of music like from like artists or whatever. Are you working on building an artist now? Is that the next step? Like what's next for you?
Well, that's always a tricky question about what's next, because honestly, I know that I know that God gave me this gift to do something within the industry, but I just haven't figured out which way that I want to take with that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm from the outside looking in, man. Like you, one of the people who's cracked the code on selling beats online. Yeah. You know, it's not easy, bro. No, like I've been out here. I've got a lot of major placements. I can't crack the code on selling beats online. I know a lot of it has to do with exactly what you're saying. If I'm not dedicated time-wise to it, if I don't have if I just don't have the drive to go do that, I can't expect it to do well. However, I do think that you have something special. I think it's something else in there too, because the platform was made for anybody.
Yeah.
It's obvious everybody can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's really no different than landing placements and becoming like the world's biggest producer. It's like everybody can't be that guy. Yeah. So I don't know. From the outside looking in, it seems like that's at least one card in the deck that God has given you, because it's really dope to see somebody doing this well in that field. You know what I'm saying?
It, man.
The cool thing about it is you can go in the industry on your own terms now, though. You don't have to be so money hungry and money motivated, because you got your income coming from selling beats online. Right. So, a lot of people,
Yeah, I think you're in a really good place. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know this already, but a lot of people, man, have to do a lot of selling out to get to a 6-figure income musically. Mm. They got to make some really challenging, sacrifices to do things. I think it's dope that you were able to do this on your own terms. You know what I mean? At the very least, you had some, few uncomfortable moments with your family, which is just what families are supposed to be. It's supposed to have that. So, shout out to your support team, though, bro. Like, they kind of need the love on this, man, because I think that provided you didn't have a back team, things could be a lot different.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm all about people who are visionaries and see things ahead of time and like manifest things and stuff like that. That's just really dope, man. Yeah.
Well, let's before we get out of here, we was talking about how dope your beats are. Let's talk about the process. What do you produce on? What do you? I know we talked off camera, but what do you produce on? Give us some game on how you make that magic.
Mm-hmm. Well, these days my main tools are Machine and Logic.
Yeah,
like Logic gang.
Yeah, man. I love. Oh, you were able to? Now, I done seen some crazy stuff on that joint.
Yes,
so I already know, man. I just been trying not to jump around too much, but I want to try it.
Yeah.
But Machine, man, that's kind of like, if everything that I've used over the years, it seems like I'm able to get my initial ideas out faster in Machine.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of why I use it to get that initial idea out while I'm feeling it and stuff like that. It's more kind of like where I get my skeleton or my my foundation for my music.
Yeah.
And then, I'll move it to Logic to do post-production, recording, and all this other stuff. So that's usually how I work. I start in Machine, and I finish in Logic. That's usually how I work.
That's dope. Yeah, that's really dope, man. I'm trying to get everybody on Ableton, though. You know what I'm saying? I was a Logic user, too, for like 15 years. So I've been out there. I know what it is. I love Logic. But I was just, as I moved on, I was able to do things 2 steps faster in Ableton. It's not for everybody though. It's what I'm saying. It's whatever. But yeah, whatever it is, whatever the tools you use, dog, it works. Like And
you mentioned the saxophone, guitar. Do you incorporate those instruments on your production?
Yes, all the time because I do sound design as well. Like I work with MS6 Audio. Y'all know who that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm one of the people on that team.
Wow. So you familiar with like Audio Anthem and all them? Like they starting to come up now. Yeah. Anthem was on the show just a couple weeks ago. So that's fire, man. So you sound designer. So you have sound packs and all that as well?
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like I always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess I just wasn't confident in my sound design. I don't know. And then I don't know what I was on.
I wanted to tell you this. I would say this. You got some of the best mixes on your beats that I've heard in a long time.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you like that. That's just something. That's obviously something you take pride in. But yeah, man. When I first that beat break we played on the first show, bro, I had to have played that 100 times because I was like, why does this sound so good? And you know what I'm saying? And we got big playbacks in here, so we like really heard it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this dude's beats are crazy. What is this? You know what I'm saying? So.
And when you are mixing, because this is a good game for people at home, it's a certain time you want to play your beats for people, right? Then a certain time you want to actually present it on a website. Do you mix as you go? Do you have a certain mix you do just for when you put it on like a Airbit or a SoundClick, or like how does that process work?
Well, no, it's just one mix.
Okay,
it's the same mix. So basically, when it comes to mixing, the way I kind of work now is I'll spend a certain amount of time, a certain day of the week making skeletons. That's what that's dedicated to, making skeletons. Then another day might be finding skeletons that most resonate with me and building those out to be exported to Logic. And then that next day would be the day that I would go to whatever I want to finish and I'll do my mix and my post-production and stuff. So that I would do the mixing for that track at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, see, you just gave game up, dog. That's fire. So you actually have – see, I could learn from this because my engineer, Ryan, is telling me every single day. He's like, bro, you got to finish these beats. I got records, bro, I was supposed to have been done 6 months ago. Because I don't have days set up, man. So I'm probably going to try to implement that strategy, man. Like, use days to be creative. Use days to, like, move with – moves you and then finish and then have days to finish. That's incredible, dog. That's really
I had
dope.
to learn that over time. I definitely ain't have it like that.
Yeah, but I've been producing a long time and I still don't have a strategy. I just make the music and it kind of I don't even know how I finish records sometimes. I think it's like I don't know what it is. Right.
So the stuff that we hear, the stuff that the public hears is the finished.
Yeah, that's the finished. Okay, that's the final product.
That's so crazy because I'm telling you that one, dog.
I guess it's like organization, really, because a lot of times you go and you make beats, you do stuff, and it's just kind of there, and you might pull something up, or it's not done, But when you organize, it's.
I had to make a schedule. That's what it came. My mama told me for years, you need to make a schedule because every day was a work day to me. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I was like, yo, I'm realizing I'm not getting enough family time in. And the time that I am getting in, it's not really.
Quality.
Yeah, I'm thinking about what I got to do. You know,
I'm so there right now, bro. I'm gonna try better in 2020, man. Thanks to Tone Jonez.
Let's get it 2020.
goodness, man.
Yeah, man. Schedule is everything, man. Like, once I put myself on that schedule, yo, it's like I was able to do better work when I was working, and I was able to do better relaxing when I was relaxing, by using that schedule. So now I try to get everything done Monday through Friday. I'm up at 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Bro, see, the game's starting to come out. So this is what's going.
Free game.
5 a.m., dog.
I'm up at 5 a.m. I get up, I go out and walk or jog or something like that. Just that's my time to get my mind right. Then I might listen to some audiobooks or something like that. And then I get back to the house and I start doing like a little bit of administrative work while my daughter getting ready. Then I take her to school. Then when I come back, I'm working on whatever the schedule dictates for that day.
So you bang it,
And I try to be done by 6 or 7 if I can. Sometimes it'd be later, but my whole thing is to try to get everything done so when Saturday and Sunday hit, like I'm watching movies or something with my daughter. Like I'm not.
Or pulling up to the FreeGame podcast.
Yeah,
you know what I'm about?
Exactly.
We definitely appreciate the time because this is the weekend.
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all too.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, man, tell us where everything is, man. Like we want everybody to know where your stuff is, man. So
handle.
Yeah. Man, my main site is tonejonez.com if you want to listen to beats, but as far as like catching
Spell it out.
Oh, sorry. ToneJonez.com.
Yeah.
That's my main website. But the social media, I pretty much only use Instagram. I don't know. That's just my favorite one. That's the one I have time for. So you can catch me on Instagram at official T Jones, Jonez.
That's dope. Super dope. And then what's your Airbit channel? Is there like it's just Tone Jonez as well?
Yeah, like I think it is / I never went to like Airbit / I think it's just Tone Jonez.
So y'all just visit Airbit. Y'all know the play. Go visit Airbit, man. Look up Tone Jonez, get them beats. Y'all know what it is.
I've been blessed to be like the top earner of all time on that platform.
Come on.
So, like,
wait a minute.
Well, yeah, because
all time.
That's how I found you because they sent me a list of a group of top earners, and you were at the top. So I'll listen to it. I see why.
We up in there, bit like,
whoa, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. That's
honor. Getting to it, bro.
Yeah.
And so, and this is the funny part. Okay, so that's just one platform.
Was I supposed to say that? I'm supposed to say
you know what I'm saying? That's just one platform, dog. Like, and you got your site, you got SoundClick, you got other things going on. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know that though. We got the top earner. Okay,
that is insane.
FreeGame podcast is how we do it. You know?
And I know, you know what? I ain't gonna put the numbers out here, but I know for you to be the top earner, that's doing really well. Yeah, because there's a lot of cats on there getting some money, dog. So you know what I'm saying? Boy, that boy Flex Jones.
You heard?
I love it. Well, yeah, man, y'all go look him up. You know what I'm saying? Support the cause, man. Support his music. I'm telling you now, the boy's so hot, it's crazy, man. Are you working on like major placements? Are you like, because your reputation is growing every day, and of course, being like a top earner and becoming like a marquee person on a platform or two, you know what I'm saying? People gotta be like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of like well-known like YouTube producers that everybody's like getting beats from now. Yeah. Everybody's like buying, you know what it is. So is that is that the next step too? Is that happening or?
I'm still trying to figure out, to be honest with you, because my whole thing is, I've been through the whole submitting beats and waiting, and at this point I kind of like collaborating. So I think that's probably gonna be my way into it, collaborating on existing
that's
projects.
Working for a lot of people right now. Yeah, for sure.
Collabs are huge right now.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I know at the end of the day with it, I kind of want to build my own thing within the industry if I can.
Yeah.
I want something that I can create and rely on and be in control of. And,
yeah.
I don't know what that is, but.
Well, hopefully, man, platforms like this, man, to help you build more relationships. Because one thing I've learned over the time is, the placements don't really come from the submissions as much as they do actually like talking to somebody or, building a relationship with somebody. So hopefully this will kind of help with that as well. We got, on the beat break, let's run his beat back again because that beat's crazy. I want people to know what's up because I'm going to tell you, I'm not really one of them dudes who just be bigging up producers' beats unless they jamming. I mean, I support all producers, but at the same time, jamming is gotta be super jamming for me to like really like stuff, man. It's super jamming. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to play that beat today, too, so everybody can know what's up. Man, thank you, bro. This has been really dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Sure. I like talking to people who have found it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's like the golden ticket. It was out of hustle. It wasn't no secret.
Yeah, it's attainable.
It's attainable.
Anybody at home, this is attainable. This ain't no. I met Jay-Z.
Yeah,
got some. This is just at home grinding.
And I mean, and for those who didn't catch it, dog, like it went from 0 to 6 figures, and he said it's been growing. So you know what I'm saying? That just means it's getting crazy, which I feel like people should know that, and that's a great, that should be motivation.
Absolutely.
FreeGame Podcast.
FreeGame Podcast, Airbit. Yeah.
Y'all.
Yo, we hope you enjoyed this episode of the FreeGame Podcast. If you did enjoy it, make sure you subscribe to the Airbit channel right below. Just hit subscribe on the button below. Or you can go to youtube.com/airbit. You know what I'm saying? If you're feeling the podcast, make sure you share it. Let your friends know. Also, there's an audio version of the podcast. Look in the notes below and you'll see where to subscribe to that at.
Yeah.
FreeGame Podcast.
FreeGame.